Hi HCG family, this is Stephanie again. I am on very low calorie day 44 and I dropped 0.8 of a pound overnight. I'm very excited about that. Yesterday I had a 0.2 gain, so everything's good. And I got very excited today. My HCG came in today. I mixed it up just like Mama Clock's directions, and I started it today, so we'll see. Now I can compare real HCG to homeopathic HCG and see if there's a difference in my body, so I'm very excited about that. And instead of taking the half a milliliter twice a day, I'm actually going to take 0.4 of a milliliter twice a day, which is about 133 units 2 times a day. Her mixing is, for half a milliliter, is about 166 units twice a day. So I'm just trying to see if I can get a little bit more out of it and see how I do on 133 units twice a day sublingual. So we'll see. And funny thing happened yesterday. I was at the tennis center taking pictures of leagues, and this man walked up to me and goes, "You look familiar. You look like Britney Spears." And I thought, okay, that's weird. So, what do you think? Okay, yeah, right, in my wildest dreams, right? Okay, how about this one? Ah, that's scary, isn't it? I know, I'm a dork sometimes. But anyway, I wanted to show you this cheesy mock apple pie recipe that I have. I make it a lot because I get tired of eating meat, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so today I thought that I would make a mock cheesy apple pie. This is one of my favorite meals to do just because sometimes I get sick of eating meat. So on Dr. Simeon's protocol, he does say that you can substitute cottage cheese and eggs for your meat, and I do that quite a bit. So now I'd like to show you how to make this mock cheesy apple pie. And it's really simple. You'll need an apple, some ground cinnamon. I use about 4 packets of Truvia. And I love Daisy brand, and I use Daisy brand 2% cottage cheese. It's about 90 calories for half a cup, and I weigh it, and half a cup is 113 grams. So the first thing that you need to do is wash and dry your apple really good. And then I take my apple, and I use this really handy apple corer. So now I'm going to core my apple. Okay, so now I have my apple cored, and I'll cut them up into about 1/3 for each slice, so 3 pieces per slice. Okay, so I have my apple all cut up. Now I'm going to set up my scale, zero it out with a bowl on it, and weigh my apple because I do calculate all of my calories. And it is 139 grams. So I'm going to write that down. Whoops. Because I do calculate everything on this diet, so I'll write 139 grams, and I'll calculate the calories for that in a minute. So now what I'll do is I'll take this bowl of apples and I'll heat it up in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Okay, so now I have my apple ready. It was in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. You can see it's cooked. And while I was doing that, I also figured out my calories. And for 139 grams of apple, it is 72 calories. It's about 0.52 of a calorie per gram. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Truvia in it. And remember that the cottage cheese is not sweet, and I like mine a little sweeter anyway, so that's why I use 4 packets of Truvia. You may find that 2 or 3 packets is just fine, but I really like the sweetness of it. And now you're going to stir it around. And actually the apples, if you let them sit for about a minute or 2 after you've microwaved them, they form some juice at the bottom of the bowl. And the juice makes kind of a syrup once you get the Truvia and the cinnamon in there. So stir that around. And then I like to take a pretty liberal amount of cinnamon and just spread it across my apple really good. And it looks like that. And so then I stir it around some more, really good. Get a good coating on the apples. And oh, it just smells so good. It smells like a baked cinnamon apple or an apple pie. That's why I call it cheesy mock apple pie, because it reminds me of apple pie a lot. So stir that around really good. Probably can't see it too well in the video, but at the bottom of the bowl is this nice syrup. And oh, it is so good. Okay, so now what you want to do after you get this all stirred up is to stick this back on your scale. So I'll stick this on my scale. I'm done with this. And zero out your scale again. And then you're going to take 113 grams of your cottage cheese. Okay, the video cut off on me a little bit, so I finished measuring my cottage cheese, and now I'm just going to stir it all up. And I stir it up really good, get that sauce in there, that nice juicy liquid. It makes a wonderful cinnamon sugary tasting sauce. So stir it up really good, and it smells great. And for those of you that don't really like cottage cheese, I suggest maybe you try this. You may like it. You really can't tell if you get enough cinnamon and sweetener in there that there's cottage cheese in there. So now it's all done. And it looks like that. And it is so yummy and so good. And that is what I'm going to eat for lunch today. So the total calories of the apple were 72 calories, 113 grams, a half a cup of Daisy 2% cottage cheese is 90 calories. So for this bowl right here is 162 calories. And from there I can add my breadstick and my veggies if I want to. So there you go. There is the recipe. Okay, so that was my cheesy mock apple pie recipe. I hope you like it. I like to eat it. It's a nice change from eating beef or chicken. I do that sometimes. I get addicted to it. The last few days I've been eating it a lot. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.